guys, today we are doing another project day. We are going to be working on the hoop house, hopefully. I mean, we only have like 2 hours till dark, but I just really needed to get something done because it's kind of been stressing me out because I haven't been working on it. So if that makes sense, we're gonna try and work on that, and then maybe my grandma's asparagus patch and maybe my new planter box. Compact full of cardboard I picked up around town after work, or actually before work. There's some more in the back, but I didn't like compact it into slices. So I really just want to get all this cardboard out and laid out and then finish this first. And I'm not supposed to really use color, but I'm gonna use a little because these are like amazing sheets. So yeah, I'm bad. But I did take all the tape and staples off anything that people gave me, and some things I won't be able to use that they gave me, and there are a few pieces that are just small. I don't want to waste them over here because that would just be more work. So I'm gonna put them in my planter project over there. I regretted not wearing gloves, but I didn't because it was hot outside. But today it is cold and I don't want to stain my hands. So we are getting some gloves. Where we left off on day one, as you can see, it dried out a lot, but I'm actually really pleased because it's like a rainy season and that rain will help so much. So if you can see the lighter ones back there, that's from the other day. This darker stuff is from today. Some more cardboard. I think I'm gonna use the colored one. It's only one. But almost done with this project for the day. 2 of this project done. So it's a lot. I think we almost doubled what we did the first day. I don't know, but I'm kind of feeling good about getting it slowly but surely because it would be such a pain to do this all at once. So that's kind of good. I mean, I know I didn't even do like a fourth, but every little bit counts, and even if I have to do the rest in one day, this will still help. So I found a lot of wet mulch, well, they're wood chips, and then some pretty dry, but it mixed in so it doesn't look as dry as what's already spread out. But there were a few worms in this really wet stuff. I'm hoping it rains soon so that those worms can live, because I can't imagine they can live in that dry stuff unless they can somehow eat through cardboard already, even though it hasn't decomposed. But I'm gonna leave my wheelbarrow there. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because I need it for another project. So, second project, here we come. This might be our next project. I did a little bit the other day, but we're gonna reuse this goat manure. There are no goats in there, so I can take this hay, goat poop. It's really mushy in there, so this is a job. Would be better if it was dry, but also it's fine to do now. It's just heavier, stinkier, sloppier, but I did bring boots, so last time I was doing tennis shoes. Anyway, I think the boots will help, so I could do that. Let me show you where I'd put that. So past the chickens, over here. So this is kind of so we used to have like a huge scrap pile back there, then metal here. It's just some of the family are hoarders. I mean, some things are good, but you know, hoarding can get obsessive. Anyway, my dad cleaned it up, and I think the boys helped him, but there used to be like an old gas tank here and stuff, so I don't think anything can grow in the ground besides weeds. So what I'm planning to do, I filled this the other day, so we're going to call this Project 2. This, and I think I'm going to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. I'm going to label them until the year's over. So like next winter and spring, it'll be like Project 1, 2, 3 again. I don't know. But anyway, this has a feed sack, some strawy goat poop, and then a little bit of some compost I had from my old garden. And then there's still little metal things, so I'm probably going to try and pick those up soon, but that'll be part of this project. And then another thing is, so that weeds don't grow, I'm either going to try and plant clover or put a small layer of rock around it and then clover, but we'll see. Because, you know, I don't want to like mow around it or weed eat, so the little river rock or something would be good. So that's Project 2. Let me bring you to Project 3. So it might be getting a little too dark for this project, but this is going to be Project 3. And since it's spring, and that's kind of like the exact time I started these projects, we're going to say Spring Project 3. I know I'm being a little weird about labeling them, but it's just kind of something cool so I can tell you guys. But this is my grandma's kind of like perennial bed. She has rhubarb. You can see where it died last year, but there's new ones coming up. Then in here we'll go strawberries, but the strawberries are very old, so we're thinking we might plant a new patch this year. Anyway, this is kind of what Grandma wants us to do. We need to basically clean up the asparagus, because in the fall you let it grow tall so that it's protected for throughout the winter. And here's some baby strawberries. But I think we kind of just snap them. We don't want to pull them out because they could be connected to the roots. So I should probably double check with Grandma on that because I don't want to ruin the asparagus. But that is all asparagus. And I love asparagus. I don't know about you guys. And that's I'm going to call it the perennial bed. For you guys, perennials, anyway, these are perennial produce, I guess, like asparagus, strawberries, rhubarb. Excuse me, I'm kind of out of breath. This is kind of a compost pile. It's more my grandma's. Then this, you can't tell, but I tried to make it an elderberry patch. But lots of things went wrong. The number one thing that went wrong was my time and prioritizing it and watering it, and my weed method I didn't finish, so weeds grew. And then Dad sprays along this cow fence, which obviously until I'm like full-time working here, like at the greenhouse and garden stuff, I cannot like ask him to stop spraying until I can get rid of the weeds and stuff. But last year I did clip those. You can kind of see they're clipped because those are the worst weeds. But at least I can clip them and that helps me feel better about them. But I doubt there's any elderberries in this. But so I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm gonna be a counselor at camp this summer. So I leave June 11th and be gone till August 5th. So I can't really start any long-term projects now. That's kind of why I have these few projects that I can work on. But when I get back, I hope to maybe get bees, obviously prepare for my next greenhouse year, and then look into having a berry orchard. But most of these will probably be done in the spring, but I'll be here in the fall. So basically I'm just going to be gone like 3 months in the summer. June, July, and August. Well, not even the whole August, so kind of like 2.5 months. But anyway, I definitely want to help around here and make it better, like farm, enrich it, I guess, is what you would say. Over here are my grandpa's beds he made. He used to be a really good carpenter, but now he kind of has limits because of his body and his back. But I think Grandma planted spinach in some of these for him. I don't know, I'm guessing these because they look cleaned up and stuff. So yeah, these containers grow really good and they have irrigation. But that's kind of a little bit of my kind of future goals. And then I really desperately want to make like at least one edge of each barn or building planted with perennials of like hostas or flowers that come back, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm gonna stick with the project up here, or well, the asparagus thing would be fast. Probably gonna do that. I don't know, I can't make up my mind. But lots of fun stuff. I'm going to tell you my other plan for that side of the greenhouse in a minute. It's so amazing to be this bright out when the sun wasn't out today. And it's 7 o'clock. Like, I'm used to winter here, but finally spring is coming. There's green grass. But we're going to get, here's some big boxes. Oh yeah, those are good ones. My grandparents told me about. But I'm gonna take my grandma's 4-wheeler and go do the asparagus. To do the asparagus, and what we're gonna try to do, I just asked my grandma, we're gonna use hedge clippers, and we are going to clip the bottom of this old stalk as short as we can so that we don't pull them up and pull the root up, because then no more asparagus would grow back. What else? And we want it to do as short as we can so that when we're picking the new asparagus, we don't cut our hand or scrape it. So this is what we've done. That's what we have to do left. So that's the lower ones, the higher ones. So now we're gonna take what I've already clipped off the asparagus. I think I've done a little over half. Take a little break, and I think we're gonna put this in my project number 2. Finish that asparagus row. Now we're going to dump the second load. So it's getting pretty dark. Not as dark as what it looks like on the camera, but I shoved the second load of asparagus tops in there, and looks pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna do another load of goat manure, because although that would be good to clean out the pen and to fill this, I have enough compost to fill the top off. Plus, I don't want the acidic goat manure to be on top, if that makes sense, because I'm hoping to plant in it today. Not today, this spring. Ideal, but my composts are in these green tubs, and I'm just gonna bring this partial one over, just because it's light. They're all wet, so they're super heavy, like that one, which I might get that one too, but we're gonna start with this one. And I did dump some out the other day on accident, but you know, it doesn't really matter. And this looks like some horse compost. I didn't keep track of what's what, but it's all pretty good compost. Put that partial compost bucket in. It pushed it down a lot more than I expected. So I might put that was horse mixed with pig, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2, video 2 of the rest of our spring projects.